Nigeria is one of the fastest urbanizing countries in the African continent, yet one of the core challenges facing the country is the provision of affordable housing. Evidently, there is an increasing rise in the housing deficit, which now stands between 17 and 20 million housing units at a growth rate of 900,000 units per annum. This is due to the fast population growth and urbanization, which will require at least 1,000 housing units and approximately $363 billion to curtail. As more Nigerians make towns and cities their homes, this deficit gap may be difficult to close up if the price of housing delivery continues to skyrocket, making it difficult to provide affordable houses to the low-income earning class of the country's population. The inability of housing supply to match housing demand most often results in acute housing shortage, leading to high property rental prices and overcrowding, as over 70% of the country's population are of the low-income earning groups.
Being into construction myself, I feel most of the prices of those buildings are on the high side, and most of us Nigerians, being on the lower class, can't afford to buy or rent them out.
The rate at which the house landlords fix up their properties to is very, very discouraging. So it repels most citizens from even trying to ask for accommodation from these landlords, and rather prefer to go to the suburbs. Most of the buildings you see in our town, in our cities today, are empty because the high rate of rent is really pushing them far from trying to get themselves affordable, habitable accommodation.
It must, however, be noted that in fighting the hydra-headed monster of housing deficit, the interests of the low-income earners must be factored into any housing project and housing costs. The prices of houses should be affordable and payable by not only the middle and upper class of our society, but by the lower class who suffer the brunt of housing deficit and live in slums, shanties, and disease-prone areas. Interestingly, the new national minimum wage, which is 30,000 naira, amounts to 360,000 naira per annum. With this current economic reality in the country, over 65% of the Nigerian population still fall below the poverty line average of $2 per day.
As far as I'm concerned, the salary of the civil servant is nothing to write home about. And when it comes to housing, the increase cannot go anywhere. Though the government have tried, they have listened to the cry of the general public, Nigeria being the headquarters of poverty, well, this is a right move in the right direction. But then it is a far cry from reality. You look at what is happening, inflation has eaten up all of that. It can't even afford nothing. So there is need for federal government to harmonize the salary structure.
What is the range of the increment? As a public servant, my increment is not up to 20,000 naira. It's not even up to 15,000 naira. It's not even up to 13,000 naira. So if the landlord, and we're talking of NEPA tariffs and all that, if he takes those things away, so what is left for the landlord or for new rent are you talking about?
No, it won't make any difference. With the rate of inflation in the country, I don't think the salary cannot even take us home. We are just managing, patching here and there.
Even then, even at the mortgage too, what your mortgage take away is very, very minimal. Very, very minimal. So, but you can still go through the mortgage to negotiate. But the issue is that there are no houses, affordable houses for that matter. When we're talking affordable houses, we're talking houses that you can just bring your range of salary, you can go down and negotiate. All the houses around now is on top of the roof.
In recent times, the issue of housing affordability has taken a central position in our national discourse, especially among the housing experts and stakeholders who had, at different instances, called on the federal government to place emphasis on the building of low-cost houses for Nigerians and make them buy through rent-to-own basis. To address the problem of housing deficit squarely, government at various levels should adequately and effectively engage the private sector in the provision of low-cost housing for low-income earning Nigerians. In order to achieve the desirable houses that are within the range of 2 to 2.5 million naira, government can provide incentives for the private sector. These incentives can include tax abatements, grants, infrastructure assistance, little or no interest financing, free land, tax credits, and other financial resources. These are some of the measures employed by countries of the world that have crossed the past line in addressing their housing challenges. When this is implemented, there will be reduction in the end cost of houses and avail the vulnerable and low-income earners the opportunity to have a standard roof over their heads. This will no doubt improve the overall well-being of the members of the society, lower crime rates, and trigger a chain reaction that will impact greatly on the country's economy.